Coming up in this episode, Gary and I roll up into the beautiful Bighorn Mountains in Wyoming, and Gary has a really bad day and bugs out into the Dakotas the next morning,
taking us down these crappy roads, and
while I cook and eat the last of the genuine bug nuggets in Circle Park before a viewer comes and camps in Gary's spot.
Don't leave a message, I can't call you back, I'm in the groove.
So after spending almost a week in a luxurious free campground in the city park, Gary and I decided to head up into the Bighorn Mountains to see what we could find up there. And if you've never been to the Bighorns, you're really missing out. There's lots of wide open spaces, and it's elevation, unlike a lot of Wyoming, which is relatively flat. This is a pretty nice space away from the tourist. I think a lot of people come out here to get away. Yellowstone is west of here a good bit, and that's not the place to get away from people because it's very overcrowded. But you can see as we're getting closer to the mountains here, it's relatively flat around this area, and then you start climbing up the mountains and it just becomes more and more beautiful. I've been on every side of this mountain, and this is the first time I'd been up this entrance to the mountains, and it was a lot of fun. And I think Gary was probably having a good time too. I think he dropped his bike on the way up here, so I think that's kind of started his day out bad. And he got some bad chicken the day before, and he spent all night having a hard time with his choices in last dinner in Lovell. But yeah, you can see this place is beautiful, and I hate that Gary was having as hard a time as he was. I really had no idea that he was suffering like he was until we got to the camping area, that I decided that since we didn't find the places that I expected, I was expecting something a little bit different. We both had talked about getting on the Wyoming BDR, and since neither of us were really navigating that well, we just kind of missed everything. As you can see, there's still snow up here. It was nice and cool, but we just kept riding. We got to an intersection where we thought the BDR started, but we didn't see anything that looked like a BDR. So we just kind of flipped a coin and turned left, and that took us onto the eastern side of the mountains and down into town. And at that point, I decided I knew where a place was. I'd camped there probably a decade before, and it was really, really nice from what I remember. But yeah, we kind of flipped the coin at that point and said, let's just go here. I know where we can camp. And of course, by the time we got to the one known place, well, there was a couple places on this side of the mountains, but by the time we got to the place that was my favorite, things had changed quite a bit, and I was unfamiliar with the new roads into the camping area, so we had to do some exploring.
so I haven't been here in a decade, but it's I think about this place a lot, and this is just the lot, the camp spot, which is about a mile up the road, maybe a couple miles. There's Gary. I'm going to take him down here and show him how close we are before I take him to camp. And the turn for the camp was in a corner, in a couple of corners. I just wanted to show you this before I took you back to camp. Camp's about a mile back this way, unless you just want to come back later. Oh. This is where you eat. There's a store here too. It's good beer, good food. At least a decade ago it was.
So it seems I couldn't get Gary interested in anything at this point, so I figured best thing to do is just go back, find a good camp spot, and set up camp, and then we can relax and do some exploration. But I had problems finding the turn that I had found a decade earlier, but I knew that we could get in this road here, which turned out to have a lot more traffic, a lot more campers than I ever remembered. And it was a few days before I found out that the road that I'd originally come in on was closed. It washed out, and they just closed the road. But we found some camping up here. Lots of people camping. Too much traffic, but it's still beautiful. Not quite as beautiful as the spot that I remembered, which was very isolated, very little traffic other than animals, and some horse tours. But as we started going up this road, it started getting rougher and rougher, and we were both on heavy loaded down bikes. And as you can see here, it wasn't that bad, but at the end, it did start to get rough, and I knew Gary was going to have a hard time if I was having a hard time. So at that point, we turned around and went down the road a little bit further. But this is some footage from the video that I made a decade earlier, coming up from Buffalo, and you can see there's wildlife everywhere. And this is an on ramp for the interstate. It's crazy. But yeah, there's just wildlife everywhere up in this area. And this is my little camp spot that I found. Very isolated. Like I said earlier, the only people that came through here were people on horses, and much nicer spot, but I couldn't find it. Turns out it was probably half a mile up above the spot from where we wound up camping. But yeah, I mean, I spent the whole weekend up here, and it was beautiful. I actually found some wonderful riding out in the woods, lots of single track, and just an amazing exploration. But since Gary wasn't really excited about riding simple, relatively easy dirt roads, I decided not to do any exploration at the time. But yeah, you can see this place is just beautiful, and there's just so much riding out here, so many places to explore, and this was just one of the many places. And once we set up camp, couldn't convince Gary to get back on the motorcycle. He seemed burnt out and tired, and probably still sick from his food poisoning the night before. But I decided that I was going to come back here to the lodge, which is spectacular. You know, not only do they have camping, they've got cabins and really good food and good beer and little cuties that run the lodge and serve you food and beer. And will also take you out on some horse tours, which is the only thing that I saw at my camp a decade before. So I was really excited to get back over here and have a beer and a snack.
Yeah, so Gary's being all grumpy, so he's back at camp. He didn't want to ride out of camp because I guess the road was rough, but yet he wants to ride a BDR. And he's disappointed that we didn't ride the BDR. So those two don't make any sense. The BDR is not a smooth road. At least the Wyoming BDR. The stuff that I've seen is not. Maybe he's got some different perception of it, but he's missing out. He's in a bad mood. I guess we went through too many ruts and potholes in that 2 miles that we went off-road. Man, it's great to be back here.
Just a little FYI, this is what 1% chance of rain looks like in the mountains. And you can count on that nobody around you, especially the weather service, knows what's going to happen in the mountains. Just if you expect rain every day in the mountains, you should be okay. But this is just a light sprinkle. Tomorrow is supposed to be 50% chance of rain, I think, starting around 10 o'clock. But this just shows you one of the things that can ruin your day if you're not prepared for rain in the mountains. Especially 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 feet and above. The mountains make their own weather system, so the information that I'm getting from Buffalo, which is about 15 miles away, down at the bottom of the mountain, information was 1%. So just goes to show you, don't always put a lot of faith in your weather apps, because they're all different. They all calculate the weather differently based on sensors around the nation. You know, wind speed, temperature, air pressure, heat, humidity, and models. It all comes down to modeling. And if you're going to put a lot of faith in those models, you're going to get wet and you're going to have a cold night. But yeah, listen to the warnings, but don't listen to the all clear. Don't worry about anything. 1% chance of rain, because you'll get in trouble if you do that, especially in the mountains. Well, Gary's packing his shit and headed north into
Theodore Roosevelt's National Park,
we talked about
North Dakota.
Yeah, so Joe was headed up there when we first got together, so it was heavily in your mind then.
Yeah, I didn't even know that there was a national park.
I knew about it because it was on a small list of parks that I haven't been to, but North Dakota.
Well, I think that was the thing that got me is there's nothing in North Dakota.
Yeah, well, that's why I've never been to North Dakota. Well, the question on everybody's mind is going to be, Grumpy Gary decided to hit the road for some reason. Is there any other reason besides you just want to go up there?
No, other than you don't have tolerance for grumpy old bastards that you want to die real soon.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it would be appropriate for me to be dead in your camp.
Well,
because then you got to explain shit.
Then
Because they'll go back to watch the video and go, oh shit,
that's
he hates grumpy old bastards. He killed the guy.
That's exactly why I wanted to make this video. It's like I wanted evidence, at least of you riding away. I mean, I can still catch up with you and kill you.
Yeah.
But it's going to be harder to dispose of you because there's people around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's still people wondering about Bert.
But you could have just, quietly in the tent and just left me there. And they go, your buddy, no, he's staying here for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
the next morning after your little episode, I was like, oh damn, Gary's not out of his tent. It's kind of unusual for him. I was like, man, maybe he just exploded. I don't know. Yeah, that's funny. I made your grumpy video the day before that the other grumpy bastard
came out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Didn't you realize that? Well, another thing that I wanted to discuss, I've said it before, I think I said it on a live stream, that life on the road on a motorcycle for any length of time is not easy. Are you dealing with any of that right now, or?
No, not really.
No? Well, I think people...
Other than the fact I do get... I get frustrated at doing this right here.
Packing up?
Packing up.
Yeah.
It's like it never seems to get easier. And although I know where everything goes, sometimes it just doesn't fit.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like, and that's kind of what gets frustrating after a while, is just putting up with.
Well, I realized pretty quickly that was going to get the best of me if I didn't learn how to deal with that somehow mentally.
Yeah.
And my little tool has always been, almost always when I pack up and leave, I am ready to go. I'm ready to see something new and exciting and explore the next thing. And I would suggest maybe just kind of thinking about that just before you start packing up, is how am I going to get excited about this part? Because it's not so much, wow, I get to pack up. It's more like, wow, as soon as I get packed up, I can go.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, kind of like putting on my leg every morning. It's like, it's not exciting. It's not fun. But as soon as I put on my leg, I can get out there and do some fun stuff. So, or at least go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out of the hammock with.
Did you use the?
No, but I was admiring it. I'm gonna have to go take a picture of it now, because I was like, Gary. I went and took a shit yesterday, and Gary yesterday afternoon, I guess, discovered a
homemade toilet seat.
Yeah, you said porta potty,
Well,
and I was getting all
porta-potty.
excited. So it's basically just a bench with a hole in it.
Yeah.
It's very well built. But,
It is. It's like a giant stool with a hole in it.
Oh yeah, and there's obviously a pile underneath it, and there's a
Big.
camp spot right there. So
8 feet from it.
Yeah, he had his campfire. Anyway, I'm gonna go do a
Yeah.
little story on it.
Yeah.
So what's your plans after North Dakota?
Go back down through Wyoming,
Okay.
probably through Laramie, and then figure out where you and the last thing I read from Bert, he's not going to be finished with his Colorado ride until mid-July
Okay.
because they are not supposed to be there until the first part of July, which I figure is this weekend, I would assume.
Okay.
So they've got 2 weeks around Ouray.
Okay.
So I'm only going to be up there maybe till Thursday,
Okay.
and then come back down.
Well, what is it? It's
Today's the
Tuesday, right?
30th,
Sunday.
Sunday the 29th.
So Thursday. So you're probably gonna stay in Lovell tonight. Get you a shower?
Maybe.
You hadn't even thought about it. I'd have been like, that's on the first of my list. I'm gonna go unpack the minimum stuff, get my shower, roll out from there in the morning.
Yeah. No, but I should be back. I know there's some lakes around Laramie that Joe talked about that are really cool. There's some
Yeah.
good campsites.
Yeah.
He sent me a pin to one of them, so I'm going to try to check those out, and then after that, get back into Colorado and figure out where you guys are.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out where to meet up.
Well, I don't know anything about Laramie, so can't help
I
you
don't
there.
know. I've been through Cheyenne during Frontier Days, and I've been through Casper, but I've never been through Laramie. So it's kind of like, okay.
I'm pretty sure I've been through a couple times. I just don't remember seeing anything that went, whoa.
I mean, I've been through like the big cities, like Cody and all those.
The
So
big
it's
cities like Cody.
Yeah.
That's so funny. All 5,000 of those people in the
Yeah.
big city.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Buffalo was what, 4,400,
Yeah, probably.
I think.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? So
Yeah, Cody, they're probably about
about
the same size.
It just looks bigger.
Oh, it's huge for Wyoming. It's huge.
So
Until you get to Casper, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is like a regular city here. Small city, but still. It's a city.
yeah, I'll. It'll probably be Thursday, depending on weather. If I get up there and it's freaking cold and rainy, I'm turning around and coming right back.
I doubt it's going to be cold and rainy. I'm just loving the temperatures here. Weather, sprinkles, shit, yeah, man, all day long. But the unknown, and not just that. I don't know if you looked at the weather; it's changing.
Oh yeah,
The rest of the week has already changed.
yeah.
Looks like rain. So
It's kind of like weather back home.
yeah.
They'll say the next week is sunny, and then
Oops.
it rains the next week,
Oops.
and they're going like, "Oh, sorry,
Oops. Low pressure.
it's
High
gonna
pressure.
It's going to
Oops.
be sunny sometime this month." I think is kind of the way they do it nowadays. So.
Well, I'll let you get in. My
All right,
coffee's
let me
boiling.
get
So
my,
can he make it out of camp? And there goes Grumpy Gary. He was a lot better yesterday than he was a lot better yesterday than he was the day we came in. Yesterday was a 0 day. We didn't really do anything. Went into town. But yeah, the day we came up, it was a great ride. We didn't have any problems. We were talking about doing the BDR. We missed the BDR. Neither of us were really navigating, but I guess he was thinking I was navigating. We just had a plan to find one section of the BDR and do it, just to find out. And we missed that, but actually we got to the intersection we were supposed to be, and we didn't see it. So I said, "Which way, Gary?" He said left. So we went left and eventually wind up in Buffalo and up here. And after that, we got up here and we were riding this, what I would consider, it's a well-traveled gravel road in the forest. And there was a couple of tricky sections up where I was looking for camp. So I went up there, we turned around, came back, there was nothing there. Went up another section before this one, and it started getting a little tricky, and that's when I turned around. I was like, Gary's gonna have a hard time on this. Hell, I'm having a hard time. Anyway, we turned around here, got up here, and Gary lit into me and just went nuts about, he started barking about, this is camp, we gotta get up. I can't remember all he said now, but he was basically saying, blah, 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 taking us down these crappy roads and blah, blah, blah. And then he started barking about missing the BDR, and I was like, I didn't say anything at the time. I was like, this is really bizarre.
you're having a hard time on this dirt road and you want to go on a BDR? You're bitching about this. And then the only thing I said to him after we got off the bikes, I'm just going to let it go. I hate fucking people barking at me, especially when it's like, I didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, the only thing I said to him was like, tomorrow, you are leading. I am not leading because I don't want to get barked at again tomorrow. And we wound up staying here. And then I kept thinking of some things to say, not to set him off, to go, hey, look, man, I don't like being barked at. I never did say anything to him. Got in the camp yesterday, and he said, hey, I'm going up to North Dakota. I was like, okay, yeah. Hey, man, maybe we both need a break. Shit, we've ridden together, what, 2 days? 2 days. We've been hanging out together, which is fine. He barked at me the day before we left. The whole story is he got sick. He got sick on some chicken, and I think that may have had a lot to do with it, but that doesn't explain why he was barking at me the day before. Shit just sets off Gary, and I don't know what that shit is. I never know. I mean, we were just having a conversation. Actually, we were having a conversation about the BDR and maps, and he was acting like he knew something and I didn't, and I was like, no, that's not true. He's like, there's 3 routes. You're a fucking asshole. And I was like, there's not 3 routes, Gary. There's one freaking route. There's one route. The Wyoming BDR has 1 route, and it has a couple of alternates. And either he didn't understand that or he wasn't expressing it very well. But anyway, he got all upset. And, my thing was, I was going to have that conversation. I don't want to ride with people that's barking at me all the time, especially for shit that's not my fault. Anyway, that was what I was going to say to him at some point before we got back on the road. I was like, man, you got to stop the barking. If you're upset, I get it. Just don't point your anger at me and don't make me the cause of all your misery, because I'm not. Anyway, I hope he has fun in North Dakota. I hope I see him again. I hope to hang out with him and Bert again. But man, that's what I was trying to tell him. Life on the road is tough. It can be tough if you don't have the right mindset. For him, the big deal, like he just said, is packing up. He hates packing up. I'm like, I mean, it's part of the game. It's part of, some people can't take a shit in the woods. Well, if you can't take a shit in the woods ain't the right place for you to live. Like this guy that just rolled up, well, you didn't see him, he was in a red car. He just rolled up there to take a shit in the shitter. I think that's why he's down here camping so close to us. There's a vault toilet up there. He doesn't like shitting in the woods. So this is exactly the place he needs to be. A place like this, where it's convenient to go shit in a vault toilet. Anyway, I'm gonna drink my coffee and eat my bagel and figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. I got a lot of repairs and stuff I need to do around the bike and my camping stuff, so maybe I can get that done today. Hot coffee and an everything bagel. Onion bagel with cream cheese. Delicious. Great way to spend the morning. Check out the freaking clouds over there. So dinner is almost ready. I am
preparing a half serving, or maybe it's one serving because these things are ridiculously large servings. This is a Thai peanut bug nuggets, and I realized last time I cooked that those things had a Ziploc, so I figured I'm gonna have a half serving, because or at least half of what I usually eat, because the full serving or the 2 servings that come in the bag are ridiculous. It's just too much for me to eat. But this is ridiculously delicious, and I can't wait to eat it. The one thing that doesn't have a Ziploc on it is the crushed peanut pack. So I'm just gonna do my best not to spill the crushed peanut pack, other than what I'm spilling it on right now. Is that not wide enough? See if I can try to regulate about half of this bag. The peanuts are kind of sticking together. I wonder what the shelf life is on this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call my Uncle Billy and talk to him about the Ziploc and the peanut, or hell, maybe putting 2 separate servings in the one main bag. Thai peanut noodles. Thai peanut noodles. Delicious. It's the last bag I brought with me, so kind of disappointed but excited to have this first serving. The last 2 times I had this was fantastic. But like I said, too much food. And it was I think these are rice noodles in here. They're a little bit they take a little bit longer to cook than what I'm used to. And I probably left too much water in here, but better too much water than not enough. Yeah, that's good. For my taste, I wish I had a small bottle of hot peppers I could squeeze on here, because I like spicy Thai, and I don't really even taste any spice in these. Don't taste much spice. I think maybe the spice settled down in the other half of the bag, because I remember it being pretty spicy last time. Yeah, there it is. I got some kick that time. All right, good enough. Uncle Billy's Bug Nuggets. Nothing better. Link in the description.
So I started having dinner parties and invited the commie idiots over, and they never did figure out that I was replacing food with roaches and crickets. So I kept on going to see how far I could take it. That is, until one of the diners died from dysentery. I knew I had to change the recipe into something less deadly.
Is this work to make what's called artificial meat?
You eat it as well, and you like it?
Absolutely.
Well, he's dead, so, in general, you always have to be careful. I've said I regretted having those dinners.
Eat my bug nuggets because it's the right thing to do for the environment. Oh, hi, Klaus. And they really don't taste that bad. I am your Uncle Billy, and I know what is best.
Here's some interesting, well, besides the greasy phone, an interesting little animal crawling across it. I was going to sit in my chair the other day, and I thought, okay, there's seeds all in my chair. I need to knock them out. And then I started realizing those seeds were moving. So I probably had about 50 of these guys in my chair before I knocked them out. Anybody know what these guys are? They're falling out of the trees, obviously. But yeah, I'm not really sure what kind of critter that is. Probably something to do with the flies around here. Probably some kind of little early stage of a fly, I'm guessing. I don't know. Drop a comment.
I've talked about this dry bag before. I've been using this for quite some time. It's just a little cheap dry bag, and I use it to transport water. I normally get water out of a creek, or sometimes if there's a free pump, water spigot, something like that, I'll just fill the bag. Roll it up real tight. It does okay to transport water, but the main thing it does is heat water. Heats water really well. But this is also another little feature here. I use it to wash my dishes. And if you're going to cook, you really need to be able to wash your dishes, especially with flies around. If you don't get your pots clean and rinsed well, you're going to have problems with, like Gary had with his dysentery. Yeah, I'd just like to show off this idea of rolling up a little dry bag, leaving it in the sun, and eventually not only do I clean my dishes and wash my hands, and I once the bag is heated up, I use it to take a shower, which is wonderful. It's good to stay clean on the road. It's hard to stay clean on the road, especially if you're out in the woods. Truck stop showers are good. Gym memberships are good for occasionally going and cleaning up. But if you don't stay clean on the road, if you don't keep your dishes clean, you won't be out there very long. So it's good to have a good system in place. And I've talked about this a few times, but I'm not sure if I've ever shown anybody me washing dishes. And I don't think I even wash dishes here. I just prop the bag up after I get my dishes clean, make sure that it doesn't fall over, because if it does, it's a dry bag. It keeps water out really well. It doesn't keep water in very well if it spills over. That looks like a dusty moto hobo. Let's see if he actually sees the motorcycle. Ah, he does. He sees the turn in. He's going up the driveway. Oh, right. Very good job. Very good job. Let's go say hey to the dusty moto hobo. So you're having all kinds of troubles today.
Today wasn't bad. It was just a pain in the ass. It's just shit that goes wrong when you're riding.
Yeah.
It's just traveling, and it's what it is.
It is what it is. I'm glad you made it.
I knew I would eventually.
Just keep pushing forward, huh?
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's how I ride.
Yeah.
I don't quit.
Hey, man. Good to see you.
John.
Don, good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, got bug-covered bike. Yeah, looks appropriate.
Yeah, I've actually rode this bike.
Yeah.
I got this bike. It had 50 miles on it.
Okay.
It was 6 years old. 7. Yeah. It didn't run.
Ah, wow.
The guy bought it brand new.
Let it sit for a decade.
Yeah, and then sold it to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love those bikes. I love the bikes. There's nothing wrong with it except you just got to clean them up.
Fuel pump, battery.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tank clean.
Well, I always tell people, I don't roll up and talk to the people on shiny motorcycles. I roll up and talk, oh, you got a filthy bike that looks like you've been off-road, you've hit a billion bugs. Let me go talk to this guy, see what he's doing.
Oh,
Where's he going?
This bike's been crashed a few times now. And
yeah.
And it's been, if you looked at the bottom, if you could see the bottom of that skid plate.
Yeah, you've been off-road.
A lot.
You don't have much clearance on these things.
No. That's the only thing wrong with a V-Strom.
I think that's fixable. Well, front suspension could use a little help.
A lot of help. But
it's a fun bike, man. I had the 1000. I've still got my 650, but it's a fun bike.
If it turns in good, it'll go through the. Guys will leave me in the straightaways, but I can catch them in the corners.
Yeah.
It'll turn in good in the corners.
Yeah.
I mean, and it'll do okay in the straightaways if you take it up to about 8 or 9 grand.
Well, really, what it is it's a SV650 with a, I don't know,
a little bit detuned.
Yeah,
probably.
It's still a fun bike, so yeah.
It really is. I mean,
it's very underrated. The people that have them love them. the people that don't have them go, meh, that's not an adventure bike. It's like, well, okay, well, what the hell is?
All bikes are adventure bikes,
Yeah.
even a cruiser.
Yeah.
But, you know, I used to ride a KZ1000. It was actually a KZ900 with 1,000 engine crammed in it. It could have been an adventure bike.
Yeah.
It had 4 carburetors. The exhaust went underneath it.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
Well, that was decades ago.
Yeah. Well, pull out your chair or set up your gear, whatever you want, whatever you need to do. Daily Moto Giant update. It's Wednesday, and Gary left a couple days ago. Went up. He thought he was going to North Dakota. Wound up in Sturgis camping with Joe, and the next thing you know, Gary's gone home to Texas. He has had enough of it. He said he mumbled something in his video about having some work to do on the ranch. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think he's just had enough. I think he's not feeling it this trip. I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I think he's just disappointed with where his trip is going. And I think that's always a good thing. If you're not feeling it, man, go home. And maybe he did the right thing. I'm going to miss him. I think he's gone for the summer. He's gone home for the summer. But I'm out here hanging out with my new friend, John. He's a viewer. He's also got a YouTube channel, which is
Dusty Hobo.
Dusty Homo?
Dusty Hobo.
Dusty Hobo. Is it Dusty Moto Hobo?
It's Dusty Hobo Moto Adventures.
Dusty Hobo. Anyway,
Yeah.
You'll get a link to his channel here soon. He's hanging out for a couple days. Just got back from the Touratech rally.
Touratech.
And you seem pretty excited about it. There was 2,500 people there.
Give or take, yeah, something like that.
And you had a good time?
Yeah,
Was it in
no
Washington?
complaints. No complaints. No regrets.
John buzzes around the country when he feels like it, when he gets good and damn ready, but he stays out for
3 or 4 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks, and then you're going home to Missouri, then you're going to another rally on the East Coast.
Yep.
So nothing's stopping you. You're a pretty good camper. Let's take a look at your motorcycle to tell people how legit you are. It's a V-Strom 650, right? But you could tell you're serious about motorcycles because you're protecting your controls with your brush guards, also known as bark busters, and you got these serious folding mirrors. So you don't break your perch, you don't lose your brakes in your clutch when you crash, and obviously you crash a lot, so you obviously must ride in the dirt a lot.
Fairly often. I will say this, if you'll wrap your perches with Teflon under there, now that's old school.
Yeah?
You won't break your levers.
Okay. That is old school. I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've been doing that as long as I've been riding.
Okay, but you're serious though, because
No,
you crash a good bit.
Well, yeah,
so
look
you
at
know
this
that you're going to go down. You
Look
know
at this
that.
side of the bike.
Yeah.
I mean, this bike's been down a few times.
So you're a serious rider. You like riding in the dirt. You also ride a what? A CRF 300?
CRF 300L.
Yeah, so you're pretty serious about going off-road, and you're not afraid to go down dirt roads. Does anything scare you on this bike? Where's your limit on a V-Strom?
I take it through almost anything, but when it gets really rough, rutted, I just have to go slow.
Yeah, okay. All right.
You just got to pick a good line and go slow. Some of those ruts, yeah, as you see, there ain't a lot of ground clearance down there.
Right. Well, I've got one, and I rode it on the big island of Hawaii, and it was not fun on some of the rough steps and crap, and yeah, it doesn't travel very far. But more from John. We're going back to camp here shortly. Gonna drink some beers, so you'll see more John in future videos. And in the meantime, go check out Dusty Hobo Moto Adventures. Link somewhere in a future video.
Do you have one of those long spoons, or are you, because that makes you a real adventure rider?
Yeah, I think that's fucking hilarious. Man, you think you're one of those ADV guys because you got a fucking case of Mountain House and you got an 8-inch spoon,
yeah,
and you're a fucking gourmet cook because you can boil water with your
with your jet boil.
With your $300 fucking stove.
You gotta have.
You can boil water.
You've got to have a jet boil.
And
so 120-liter dry bag of Mountain House.
Think about it. Well, you never have to stop for food. You just got to get water, right? You got to get water and fuel, and you got all your food. You got your 8-inch spoon. God help you if you lose your 8-inch spoon.
Oh, you're in trouble. How would you stir it?
Well, not just that. you're going to have to stop to find somebody that's selling those 8-inch spoons, or find somebody that's skilled enough with a fucking TIG welder that can cut you some titanium in it. Because you know you can't use just like a stick.
No.
You can't carve your own spoon in the desert. From wood? Are you kidding me? What if somebody saw you eat with a wood spoon?
Well, no, they make bamboo ones.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and plastic ones. I Googled it earlier just because I was curious about the 8-inch spoon thing.
That's funny.
Yeah, they make a plastic ones and they make bamboo ones.
Dude, this is a video all in itself. You're not a real ADV rider unless you have an 8-inch spoon. Titanium.
Well, they make them plastic.
No. Wrong. You're just wrong. Titanium. Oh, you're not an ADV rider. I don't care. La. Don't bring up any of this new age bamboo shit. Nobody wants to hear that.
That's kind of like for the special riders.
Special rider. Yeah. They're probably eating vegan fucking Mountain House.
Yeah,
even.
I bet they have it. Organic vegan.
Organic vegan Mountain House.
Organic vegan. Sodium free.
That's funny.
Yeah, organic, sodium free, vegan Mountain House.
Hilarious. I shot a longer video with John. Hopefully you'll see him in the future. He's got a lot of wisdom about being on the road and staying on the road. He typically goes out for a few weeks at a time, and he rides. So hopefully you'll see his wisdom maybe combined with some of my wisdom, some of the things I've learned on the road. But that's all I've got for you today. Make sure you join me next time as I head further south into Wyoming and stealth camp for a few days in a rodeo arena. Pretty cool stuff.